What's up guys, it's Chris here. Now this year, it's becoming increasingly difficult to know what and where to invest your money to get some good returns. The S&P 500 is at an all-time high, with analysts believing the US market may be due for a correction or the bubble to burst. And with such high valuations, many investors have been searching for value buys that have the potential to bring long-term returns and gains. So while the world is distracted by the seemingly overvalued Magnificent Seven, I've been quietly researching a massive sector that houses giants currently outperforming Tesla in sales and challenging the leaders of the AI revolution. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my one specific ETF that I believe is the best value play for 2026. I'll show you the economic shift that is turning the tide for this ETF, break down the powerhouse companies that are anchoring it, and on top of that, I'll be investing in this ETF myself live and in real time in this video. So let's get started. Now, before we begin, just remember that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. What I share on this channel are my own thoughts and experiences based on my financial journey. The values of investments can go up as well as down, and of course you will need to do your own research before making any decisions, as all the figures used are at the time of recording. Now, if you were watching the markets last year, you'll know that the S&P 500 was on an absolute tear. But there's a growing concern that the US market is becoming dangerously overvalued. We're seeing PE ratios of around 30, while the Buffett indicator, which values the total stock market against GDP, is at its highest level in history, with many analysts saying it's due for a correction. So, what if there was an opportunity to invest in some of the world's most dominant companies at a nearly 40% discount compared to their US counterparts? That's what drove me to pick my top ETF to invest in for 2026, and that single ETF we're going to be breaking down is the iShares China Large-Cap ETF, or ticker symbol FXI. So let's do a deep dive into why China looks to be a good value play right now, break down the powerhouse companies like Tencent, Alibaba and BYD that are driving this fund, and at the end of the video, I'll be making an investment into this ETF live and in real time on my platform Trading 212. So why China and why now? Let's take a look at the big picture. For the last few years, the narrative around China has been dominated by the property downturn and regulatory crackdowns. From its high in February 2021, we saw a drop in price of 59% to a low point in February 24. And there were two reasons for that. The first was their property crisis. In 2020, Beijing pulled the plug with the 3 red lines, strict new rules to stop developers from drowning in debt. Giants like Evergrande and Country Garden felt the worst of it, and since 70% of Chinese household wealth is in apartments, consumer confidence declined. When the engine of the economy stalls, the market follows, and at the same time, Beijing launched Common Prosperity. Basically, they slapped tech giants like Alibaba with massive fines, banned profits in the $100 billion private tutoring industry, and restricted gaming. To global investors, China looked riskier and billions of dollars moved from the market as they increased their regulations. So for 3 years, those changes affected the Chinese market and we saw a decrease in their stock prices. But then in 2024, something started to change and their market began to go up. The biggest turning point was an announcement from the central bank to cut interest rates, as well as the reserve requirements ratio, or how much cash banks must hold. On top of that, the PBOC created a special $112 billion fund specifically to help companies buy back their own stocks. This was the government effectively putting a floor in the market. President Xi Jinping began calling for an end to disorderly competition. This signaled to tech companies like Alibaba and Tencent that the government wanted them to be profitable and stable so they could compete globally in AI. For their property sector, instead of just letting developers fail, the government shifted to the whitelist program, directing state banks to provide loans to ensure stalled apartment projects were actually finished for buyers. By the way, if you're enjoying this information so far, please remember to like the video. Then in 2025, something bigger changed. A Chinese AI startup called DeepSeek released a world-class AI model that was significantly cheaper to run than the US models. This shattered the narrative that China was just a copycat or that regulation had killed their tech sector. It proved that Chinese companies could still innovate under the new rules, which brought institutional big tech investors to the table. And that's when things changed. By 2025, US stock valuations were reaching nosebleed levels, and global fund managers began looking for a catch-up trade. When the Federal Reserve started cutting interest rates in the US, it made emerging markets like China look much more attractive. Investors realized they could buy Tencent or Alibaba at a PE ratio of 10 to 12 at the time, while paying a PE ratio of 30 times for US tech giants. This valuation gap became too big to ignore. And slowly investors and funds started piling money into the Chinese markets. And since their low point in 24, this ETF, the iShares China Large-Cap, has grown by a crazy 84% going into 2026. So that brings us to the ETF itself, and let's have a look at why I think there is still a lot of growth to come, both in the medium and long term. Now, while the S&P 500 tracks the 500 largest companies in the USA market, this ETF tracks the 50 largest companies in the China market, and currently it also pays a dividend yield of 1.7%, and it pays dividends twice a year. From a valuation standpoint, the numbers are hard to ignore. While US stocks are expensive, the China Large Cap Index is trading at a significant discount of around 13 times earnings. Goldman Sachs recently raised their 2026 GDP forecast for China to 4.8%, citing surprising strength in high-tech exports like semiconductors and vehicles. When you buy this ETF, you aren't just buying China, you are getting concentrated exposure to 50 of the largest companies. Let's look at the top companies that drive this fund. Tencent and Alibaba. Tencent is the world's largest gaming company and the backbone of Chinese social media through WeChat. Alibaba remains the dominant force in global e-commerce and cloud computing, so think of them as the Chinese equivalents of Meta and Amazon, just at a much lower PE ratio, which means a better price compared to their earnings. Then Xiaomi. Now the third largest holding, Xiaomi has successfully transitioned from a smartphone maker to a dominant global player in the Internet of Things, and now the electric vehicle market. And on that note, BYD. This one I'm particularly excited about. BYD recently overtook Tesla as the world's largest EV manufacturer. They control their entire supply chain from the lithium mines to the battery production, giving them a massive competitive advantage as the world shifts to green energy. Where I live in the UK, I'm starting to see their cars around a lot more. Beyond tech, the fund is anchored by massive financial institutions like China Construction Bank and Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, which provide stability and helps fund the national upgrades we're seeing in China's new 5-year plan. Now, in the last year, even with the S&P 500 reaching new all-time highs, this ETF, the iShares China Large Cap, outperformed the S&P 500 with 32% growth compared to 14%. And they are still trading at a lower PE ratio, meaning they are showing better value. And although it's not much, they have a higher dividend payment of 1.7%, where the S&P 500 pays 1%. So with all of that being said, that is the reason why I personally think this ETF holds some good value in 2026 for the long term. Now, of course, none of us knows the future, and no one really knows what investments will go up or down and by how much. And remember that this is not a recommendation or financial advice. I'm just sharing my thoughts and why this is an ETF that I will be looking to buy more of in 2026. And with that said, I currently hold about £810 in this ETF with a 6% profit so far. And I'm going to go into my investing platform, Trading 212, and I'm going to top up my holding by buying another £100, and I still plan to add more and dollar cost average into this ETF and hold it over the long term. But guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you found the information helpful or want to see more about this ETF as time goes on, or to see more videos on other finance and investing topics, including my own portfolio, please feel free to subscribe and like the video. And I will see you next time, as always, on Casual Cash. Cheers.